Hey YouTube, I'm going to give a quick update here on my 2011 Ford Ranger. I've had this truck for 4 years now. I got it back in March of 2021. And in short, it's still going strong. Bed is as scratched up as ever, but that's how it was when I bought it. See, I did add some stickers over my time of ownership. It does have a cheap aftermarket front bumper, and these corners tend to come out. Long story short, I did get into a slight accident in this, I believe back in 2022, so it does have a new aftermarket front bumper, along with some suspension parts. These front tires are definitely in need of replacement, so I'm going to probably get that done for the next month. But at least the back tires are fine. Paint and stuff is still holding up. It's kind of scratched up, but again, it's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't call this a beater truck, but maybe it will be soon. There's a little bit of rust at the bottom of the door sills, but again, could be a lot worse. A little bit of rust there, but again, not as bad as it could be. You know, I do try to maintain this, although of course my income is limited, so I do what I can. Let's put that there. So taking a look at the interior, not really much of a change. I have these seat covers from IKEA, and that's because underneath it is stained, and not to mention this is pretty hard. There's really not much padding, so these cheap little seat covers, not only do they aesthetically make the interior better, but they also provide extra comfort because these are pretty soft, and not to mention it adds a tiny bit of height, so I actually like that as well. These are some all-weather mats I got from Five Below, and they're surprisingly good. And then I added this sticker back from the time I worked at a car dealership. This is a genuine airbag sticker. Just like the enjoyment of it. And that's the same aftermarket radio from when I bought the vehicle. It is cracked, but it works, so I haven't bothered to go about fixing it. Climate control there. CD player also works, and I have a CD case there. Keep my sunglasses there. Then this is a cup holder mounted phone holder. I tried the windshield ones, they don't work, and I can't do the vent ones because these vents are pretty flimsy, so I really have no choice but to use this, but it works quite well, I have to say. I have a little pad here on the glove compartment, and I just keep some stuff in there in the center console, and then you got your middle seat belt there, so in an emergency you can haul a third person in here in the middle. One new thing is this rear view mirror. So this is not the original rear view mirror. This is a aftermarket rear view mirror that I got off Amazon. It was surprisingly cheap. I believe this was only $17 or so, $17, $18, and I quite like it because compared to the factory mirror, this one is bigger and it's frameless and holds itself in place. In fact, I believe I actually do have the original mirror in here. Yeah, it's back here. So this is the original mirror. It kind of broke off, but as you can see though, it's not in good condition. It's starting to delaminate, and I mean, when you compare it to this aftermarket mirror, I mean, the factory mirror definitely a little bit smaller. So it is, this aftermarket one is actually better than the factory one, in my opinion. All right. Backrest of the seat is fine. All right, let's head over to the driver's side where I'll start it up real quick and conclude the video. Again, there really isn't much to say. You know, a bunch of stuff had to get fixed when I bought the vehicle, but since then, really nothing major has gone wrong. Although recently, I did have to do a spark plug replacement. That was the only big thing I had to fix on this, was having to replace the spark plugs. That was pretty expensive, actually. I had to replace the spark plugs and have the engine tuned and all that, but again, could be worse. As you can see, I also use a steering wheel lock just in case, and nice little addition. You know, this was cheap and good thing to have. This is the key, so I don't use the factory key because it's flimsy and it broke on me a few times, so. As you can see, it starts up like a champ every single time. Radio works. So yeah, I'd say that about wraps it up. As you can see, I'm at 168,000 miles. And the engine still purrs like a kitten. Transmission is nice and smooth. So, yeah. Still a lot of life left in this. Sort of little driving clip here. Pretty smooth overall for a pickup truck. Not too many squeaks or rattles. As long as it don't go too fast, it's pretty decent in the corners as well. And that about wraps it up.